Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we return to The Who. And I don't think we've ever watched them play this song before. We of course know the song. It's Young Man Blues. This is the song that started off the Live at Leeds album, but this version is from the Isle of Wight Festival in 1970. This is a famous show. They've actually released the whole thing on CD. I believe there's also a video available for much of it. This is interesting because it's three separate cameras. Okay, so it's not the edited together version. It's the three cameras, assuming they had three cameras total to capture the performance. I'm not certain about that. I thought this would just be really cool to check out. There is going to be a watermark on it. I think it'll still be fun to watch. So this happened August 29. Huge gig for them. It's actually one of my favorite things to listen to when I'm listening to The Who. Adrian, do you have any thoughts ahead before we look at this?
Oh, Isle of Wight Festival. I do have the DVD, but this one's got three cameras.
Well, let's go ahead. We'll check it out, and we will talk about it afterwards.
All right.
Well, a young man ain't got nothing in the world these days. I said a young man ain't got nothing in the world these days. Well, you know, in the old days, when a young man was a strong man, all the people, they stepped back when a young man walked by. But you know nowadays, it's the old man, he's got all the money. And a young man ain't got nothing in the world these days, I say. They ain't got nothing, they ain't got sweet you walk these days, I said, they ain't got nothing. They got sweet.
Okay, wow. Very, very interesting for a number of reasons. First of all, the performance, awesome, but we knew that, right?
Yeah.
We've heard this before. What did you see in there, Adrian?
Well, it's great seeing Keith Moon again, the man who inspired Animal from the Muppets.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, we often talk about that particular Muppet in like other episodes. Also, great seeing Roger and Pete, you know, doing the usual stuff that made them famous. You know, Roger with a swagger and Pete with a windmill and spinning out on guitar. And
Yep.
John is also occasionally visible in a stylish rubber skeleton suit.
That's right. That's right. Of course, Roger doing this with the microphone, and at the end, he's singing into two microphones. I found that interesting. He must have grabbed Pete's microphone, you know. Or, I mean, I'm not sure because Entwistle does occasionally throw in backing vocals. I'm not sure about on this song, but yeah. The things that I saw in here that I thought were really interesting, in case anybody ever wondered, how does this band manage to hit all of those boom, you know, in the song, you know, little accents here and there that are not on any kind of timeline? Well, you saw it there. It's all visual cues. It's Pete jumping up and down or putting his leg up or doing something like that to like bring the whole band in, like right on that one note, or right on that one bam, you know, to exclamation point, whatever's going on, whatever Roger's singing about. And that is how you do it, folks. If you have a band and you want to be able to do things like that, visual cues, so important. There were so many things going on there that were just great to check out. They're all looking at each other. You know, even Keith Moon, the wild Keith Moon, is paying attention. You know, paying attention to Pete in particular, but just to what's going on. They're all paying attention to where they are in the song. By this time, they've performed the song a bazillion times, you know, so they've gotten down kind of the rhythm, the structure of what they want to do with the song. And, you know, towards the end of the song, we saw Pete reining it in, too. You know, like, okay, it's time to close out the song here. And so he brings up the riff again, and everybody's like, oh, okay, here we go, we're ready. Yeah, it's actually a good case study in how to successfully do a song in a band that maybe doesn't have a click track, you know, but you want to be able to exclamation point certain parts of it. That's how you do it. That's how James Brown used to do it. That's how Chuck Berry used to do it. It's a cool little trick that everybody should know if they're on stage with a band.
Yeah, I've only heard The Who do this song. This must be a classic cover, though. It's got the sound like one of the classics.
And I actually wasn't talking about just the song. I was talking about performing in general, any song.
Oh, yeah.
Any song, you know, that's how you do it. So Young Man Blues, it was actually written by Mose Allison, who's a very famous figure in his own right. He was a jazz and blues pianist. So we've heard his name on many things, actually. So very, very nice to see that. It was a real treat because I've seen the DVD too. It's funny, there were some places where the only shot you were going to get was Keith Moon, or the only shot you were going to get was Roger, you know. At times, all three cameras were occupied with other things, and you just see blackness just for a second, and then they come back. And so that's the kind of thing you have to deal with if you're trying to edit together something with limited footage, or you have to make calculated decisions to make sure you're getting the best out of it. But that was cool. I really enjoyed watching that. I feel like I have an even better understanding of the band at this point than I did before. So, any closing thoughts, Adrian?
All right. Well, it was just great to see. Great to see three camera angles because, you know, it's, as you said, I gotten used to the DVD, which only gives you one picture.
Yeah, very cool. All right, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? If there's anything in there that you found really interesting or new, you know, for what you knew about The Who or what have you. If you were at the Isle of Wight, please tell us about that. I always want to know about anybody that was there. And if you have any other thoughts, leave them below for us. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.